Previously, on Average Guy Adventures.
And I've got a new project, a 1964 Sportster. There is no S&S carb. It is a Zenith carb, a Chem Dip. This has been about a day and a half. I do not know what I'm doing. I couldn't get it to move with the float. The threads don't match up. The car back together. The louvered air cleaner from TC Brothers. I want to do something fun with the engine. Hello and welcome back to Average Guy Adventures and the Average Guy Garage. This is episode number 3 in the 1964 XLCH build video. I hope you watched the last video. It's pretty interesting, at least for me, with the carb and everything like that. And if you did watch it, and I hope you liked it, gave it a thumbs up. I know none of you left a comment because there's no comments, but I am happy that a few of you out there went ahead and you claimed your free prize of a subscription to the channel. That's really cool. It's really helpful. Also, thank you very much. I know it doesn't seem like a lot because you're just pressing a button, but for somebody who's out here just working away in their garage in a bubble, it's nice to know that people are watching and that people appreciate it. As promised, I've got something fun for the engine. This is not functional or anything like that. It's purely cosmetic. But as soon as I saw this product in another video, in another channel, I had made up my mind that if I could, I wanted to get it. As I'm sure some of you out there are also, I'm a viewer, subscriber of Lane Split Boulevard out in California. The channel, the collective themselves, I really like what they do. They get together, they wrench, they hang out, and it's nothing goofy, it's nothing stupid. It's, for me, somebody who's middle-aged, they've got families, I've got a family, they go camping with their families, they just hang out, and I can really appreciate that, and I can really vibe with it. So I really love that channel. And one of the videos that I had seen, the owner of the channel, operator of the channel, I'm going to put Sun Mai, I believe. I might butcher his name, I'm sorry. He has a shovel head. And in one of his videos, he actually, well, you know what? I'm going to throw up a clip of it on the screen, and I'll let you see what he did and basically what I copied from him.
Just finished with the install. Check that out. Ooh-wee. Looks good. Now we're gonna start the bike and see if there's any leaks.
As you saw in that brief clip, he got these gorgeous, freaking just sweet brass oil lines from this company called Old-Stf, Old-Stf. And as soon as I saw them, I was like, I stopped the video, I opened up another tab in my browser, I went to their website and checked out what they had, and just kept it in the back of my head in case I got a shovel head too. As everybody knows by now, I did not get a shovel head, I got an iron head, but going back to their website, they do have parts for the iron head also. They have the brass lines, they have like the cosmetic fittings and everything like that. And so I placed an order and I got a package today. So let's get this thing open and let's see what Old-Stf sent me. Let's go ahead and open this thing up, see what we got. I'm like really pumped. Oh, they look even better in person than they do on the video. In addition to, here's the brass oil lines here with the fittings. In addition to the brass oil lines, I also got pushrod covers with the holes, the brass pushrod covers, just for a little bit of steampunk added to the bike. I'm not a super chromed out, got to be fancy, show quality all the time guy. But steampunk, that type of thing, like the grungy, the crusty, that kind of freaking rocks. So as you can see, brass oil lines. They're not as elegant as I think the shovel head lines are. With the shovel head lines, they've got like this gorgeous lyre shape to them. These kind of just look like trumpets. Not a bad thing, trumpets are cool. Trumpets probably my favorite instrument. But it's still not as, I guess, attractive. But for what they could do with what the Ironheads give them to work with, I think it's a really nice product. And I think it'll really set the engine off pretty good. So let's go ahead and get these out of the package, and I'll take you over to the bike and we'll get them installed. I'm going to go ahead and put the pushrod covers on first. Start with the easiest job. Also, because I believe that, from what I can see here, the loop is going to cover up the collar. It's going to be in the way of the collar and the pushrod cover. So it looks like it'll just be easier to do that, get it out the way. It's a pretty simple job. It's just a matter of sliding the collars down. There's 2 on the front cylinder and 2 on the rear, and then just pulling that the old collar out. There is a tool that there's available to help you get the leverage needed to get these down. I do not have it. I guess it's to help you from breaking fins. Like, there's fins broken off in here already. But I'm going to make do. I've got a wrench. I'm going to use the other side of it to kind of just put some weight on it and then be able to pull that out. So let's see what we can do. There you go. It's that simple. That's the old one. I'm going to put the new one on. Do the same thing. Installation is the reverse of removal. Yeah. Simple. And get it out the way. Now, of course it's not easy now that I said it was. Alright, there we go. Looks like that's it. So there's one right there. I know the front one here is going to be difficult. It's already proven just in practice to be stuck on there harder, so but same thing, just push down on it. Yeah. Push the cover down and pull it out. And just do there we go. Alright, next I'm going to work on the oil line. To get them off, you need a 1/2 inch, a 1/2 open end wrench, and it's just a matter of unscrewing the old ones, putting the new fittings in, etc., etc. So I'm going to go ahead and get these worked on. Just a matter of taking your time. That was a shit show of disappointment, basically. I was able to get the pushrod tube keepers on. Yeah, the collars were a little bit crusty and everything, and they didn't want to go on there too well. When I went to put the oil lines on, still got them in my hand here. When I went to put the oil lines on, I was able to get the locking fitting off, and I was able to get the line itself off, the ones that are on the bike now. When I went to get the actual fitting out of like the head and the case, I found out that some genius at some point in the past of this bike's life used aluminum fittings. I basically stripped the shit out of the aluminum thread, out of the aluminum fittings, trying to get them out before I realized, you know, hey, you've got the compression fittings, go try them out, see if they fit, go see if they're magnetic or whatever, and sure enough, they're aluminum. I think the tubes themselves are probably stainless steel. There's a rubber O-ring in there, keeping them from contacting the fitting itself, but the fittings that are screwed into the bike are aluminum. There's a reason why they call it an Ironhead Genius. It's steel, and basically they're welded together. So there's no getting that shit out. Luckily, I can't get the compression fitting off, so I can't get the oil lines apart. So if I do have to take the engine apart, I can at least do that. The fittings will just stay in forever, I guess, or until the bike blows up or something. I'd probably be able to find extra, replacement O-rings for it. So I didn't get to live my dream. Like, and that sucks because this part, like, ever since I saw that video, I've wanted these. Like, ever since then. I haven't even had a Harley, I had a damn Kawasaki and wanted these. Was like, why don't they make anything for the KLR 650? Just wanted these. Just because, like, just wanted these. And this is no mark against Old-Stf stuff. I actually got the fittings out and everything, and I checked, and I could have gotten this new line in there, but again, these are brass on purpose, and the brass would have been, screwed into an aluminum fitting. The brass compression ring would have been screwed onto an aluminum fitting, and then I wouldn't have been able to get the engine apart at all without cutting these things and doing something totally freaking ridiculous. So I'm gonna check and see what Old-Stf's return policy is. Hopefully they'll take them back. If not, check out average guy underscore 76 on Instagram. I'll throw a link up somewhere, maybe down. It's down in the description. Scroll down. I'm not throwing a link up on the screen. Scroll down. My Instagram is on there. I'll throw in some crunchy B-roll right here to show you what I did get on. Basically, you can see that the oil lines, I got them polished up because, wiping them off and stuff like that. I mean, they look, they're shiny and stuff. And then you can see the rear here where it's just beat to shit because, like, I tried heat on it. I tried PB Blaster, and nothing worked, obviously. Nothing's going to work. So much for something fun with the engine. But what I'm going to do now, I do have a little bike lift or whatever. I'm going to get the bike up on the lift, and I'm going to do something I probably should just have braced myself for anyway, that I've been bracing myself for. I'm going to start taking the primary cover off, and I'm going to go ahead and see what the engine, or what the clutch looks like. Hopefully nobody used, aluminum freaking drive plates in there. That'd be, because that would just suck.